Hello, and thank you all for joining me for my new video. Today I'm going to be rambling on about one of the quintessential British singers, Amy Winehouse, and her second studio album, Back to Black. Now this is a really sorrowful album, but the sorrow in this album is really outweighed by the beauty of it. We lost a true gem in 2011, a real talent and a marvellous person. But I don't want to dwell on that too much, because this video is about celebrating her life. So let's get straight to the review. Okay, so track number 1, Rehab. Now this is such an iconic song, and for really good reason. I mean, the instrumentation, the style, and the second to none vocal performance on this song really gave Amy the acclaim and popularity that she deserved. This song was all over the airwaves in 2006, and on everyone's lips. This song explores the difficulty of accepting help, and of self-admission of alcohol problems. It's a real challenging thing to admit our own flaws, but change starts with you. And for anyone out there who's suffering with any form of addiction, it's important to know that you are worth improving, and you are worth the help. Love yourself, and the world will flourish. The next song I want to talk about is Just Friends. Now this is a remarkable track, more rooted in jazz, which is Amy's background. Now this song talks about the difficulty of accepting love into our lives. In this song, Amy talks about a self-destructive relationship that she was involved in, where she just wanted to be friends, but intoxication kept making the decision for her. She talks about the weight of guilt that she feels from this relationship, as she can't find time to be just friends. The next song I want to talk about is Back to Black. Now this is the title track, and it really encapsulates the emotion and the concept of this album. This really explores the patterns of depression that she was feeling. And this pattern of depression is explored through the lens of losing her guy, a man she loves but can't keep a grasp of. This parallels her patterns of depression, as she can't keep a grasp of her own happiness. We all deserve to be happy, and we can't let our history and our previous patterns define who we are. Okay, so now I want to talk about my favourite track on the album, and that's The Tears Dry on Their Own. I love this song so much because of the depth of emotional invulnerability it conjures up in me. I mean, every single time I listen to this song, I could easily cry, and my tears would dry on their own. This song is about attachment to relationships, and how Amy views attachment as a negative, as she always knows she's going to end up with a broken heart. Still knowing this, she pursues the next man. And this reflects the message of Back to Black. I mean, she keeps returning to these self-destructive patterns, even though she knows better, but she's addicted to the feeling that only lovers can see. The final song I want to talk about in this review is He Can Only Hold Her. Now this song is the most tonally upbeat on the album, but in terms of lyrical content, it explores a man who is trying to kind of nurture love inside of her, but he's unable to because she's been so damaged by her previous relationships. Now one of the key lyrics on this track is, "What's inside her never dies." I feel this is a double entendre, as she's kind of exploring that the love inside of her can never die, but also that the damage that she has felt will never be erased. And I'm really sorry to end this video on such a negative note, but that's going to have to do it for this review. I want to thank you all once again for joining me for another rambling review. Amy Winehouse left us with a real fantastic body of work, and for anyone who's only familiar with her singles, give this album a check out. I'm sure you'll love it to bits, as much as I do and everyone else. As always, I'm going to leave you with 3 song recommendations this week. First one being Rebecca Ferguson's Glitter and Gold. Now Rebecca Ferguson is a marvellous singer, and this is a great track, so if you haven't heard it already, which I'm sure you have, check it out. Next is Stanley Brinks and the Waving Pictures, and the song Orange Juice. I love this song, and it really became the soundtrack to my life in my 3rd year of university. I think you'll all love it if you've not already heard it, so check it out. And finally is Future Islands, Fall From Grace. I love Future Islands, they're one of my favourite touring and active bands. And this album, Singles, it's a remarkable album. It's like a musical journey. And this point in the album, this song meets perfectly. I mean, the use of dynamics just knocks me on my ass every time. I love this song for bits. I'm sure you all will too. Just before I leave, I just want to mention that starting from this week, I'm going to be starting a new video series on this channel, where I release videos 2 times a week. I think it's going to be Wednesdays and Fridays at the moment. And basically I'm just going to talk about individual songs. I'm really excited about this opportunity because it frees me up to talk about, a different range of music And I'm also going to be talking about like live performances, videos that you can find on YouTube. In fact, the first one I'm going to do is talking about Lotus and the John Deere by one of my favourite artists, Thundercat. Now, this live performance, I'm sure you'll be able to find if you search it on YouTube, and I'm going to include all the links to these videos in the actual reviews. So check out this song and look forward to that next review. Thank you all once again.